Welcome back to the channel, Loving Life Mallorca. I'm Andrew and today I'm making a film in Palma. It's a beautiful day, the sun's out, come for a walk. I'm starting to film at the top of the old town. Over there, that is where the train station and the bus station is. It's all underground. Again, there's no plans for today. It's just going to have a nice little walk around, see what's on offer, see what's going on. It's nice to see a few cafes are open. There's a lot of people about, which is nice. Really nice to hear some hustle and bustle. People enjoying themselves. So leaving for the bus and train station, I've just followed the road straight down opposite there, and we're going to have a look at the new part of Palma, as I called it first, with the shops and all the rest of it all, and then we'll double back via the cathedral and all around there. It is really nice to see the place buzzing again, isn't it, after what a year we've had. I'm just walking down the road now that they sell the flowers, as you can see. So it's nice to see them all open, because last time we were here with Christmas and they were all closed, weren't they? So it's nice to see them all open again, and the cafes and bars all buzzing. So as I called it, this is the start of the new part here, with the shops and the expensive places, if you know what I mean. Over here we're just going to get CNA in a minute, if you remember CNA from England. It's closed a few years ago, but this is a huge one there. Anything you want at all, you'll find up this part here. When expecting Rolexes to designer clothes, etc, etc, all up this part here. So just for a moment, leaving all the madness behind us, just walked into a quiet area, which I think would be nice, just having the sandwiches. It's just nice to look at a different area, isn't it? Just looking down towards the harbour now. If you do like modern art or not, you've really got to be impressed with this sort of thing, haven't you? So passing these birds, I'm now making my way back towards the main part of the new town again. Have the cathedral and things like that. Have a little bit of sun, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Everywhere changes when the sun comes out. I do find Palma a complete contrast of everything, because one minute you're in the top shops, if you know what I mean. Second minute you're in some really historic areas, and then you're in sort of this sort of place that are really just interesting looking, modern stroke old, if you know what I mean by all that. Now that's a lovely art shop, isn't it? Just look at them. I find it very hard to describe Palma. When people ask me, it's sort of like it's a mixture of everything, isn't it? A mixture of the old, the new, the little shops, the galleries. It's sort of, it's everything you could think of rolled into one area. I would strictly recommend, if you do come down to Palma at all, it's really good to use the open top buses when they're available. This is a hop off bus I was telling you about, that you can use it to have a look around the city. You'll find it down by the cathedral, various other points, even goes up to Belfry Castle. So now I'm down on the front, just by the cathedral. There it is. It's 300 years to build the cathedral, and it still isn't finished now. You can get married in cathedral, but I believe there's a 30-year waiting list. So I decided it's probably the best time to stop and have a Coke in this little cafe here. It's quite nice. Anyway, cheers. Around the old part of Palma, which includes behind the cathedral and all around there. So I hope you enjoy it. come along for the walk. It's a beautiful day. So to get to the front of the cathedral to start our adventure today, we've got to climb up these steps. So I'm just going around the old streets in Palma now. We can head towards the old shops and the boutique shops and things like that to have a look around. That's very strange, isn't it? Look at that house. It's actually over this path here. I love finding these unusual places, you know. And that is the town hall by the flags outside. This is like the centre, as it were. This is the tree that everybody talks about. There are loads of photos on Facebook and things on it. And then the town continues. This is what I like about the old town. There's just so many different roads, paths to look down, with character down every one. You don't really know which one to look down, to be honest. If it is a boutique type of shops you like, then Palma is really the sort of place you do need to go and have a look at. And it's rude not to have an ice cream in it whenever there are. Oh. Up in the square, there's a couple of cafes over here. But we're going to carry on walking behind me. We're walking up that direction past the Disney shop. There's just so many of them. They're lovely, these little alleys, aren't these little side streets? I think that's a good thing about not having a rush, is there? I mean, normally if you're on a guided tour or whatever, you're pushed to where the guide wants you to go. But when you're actually under your own steam and there is no rush, you can actually just go a little bit further. That's what I like to do anyway. And this is the entrance to the market. It's got everything from fruit and veg to fish, and upstairs is a proper supermarket as well. Let's go and have a look. Smells around here are really strong, if you know what I mean. All the different smells you've got, from the fish to the meat to the ham, everything. Even the fruit and veg has their own smell. God, it smells lovely, to be honest. It really does. And the majority of it is grown by the farms themselves. It's all grown on the island, well, the majority of it is actually. So it really can't get much fresher. And they don't use preservatives either. Then we'll go into the fish part. You can actually smell the fish from back here. Again, it's strong, which means it's very fresh, doesn't it? As I seem to remember. You actually don't appreciate how big the place is, really, do you? If you like your fish, it's definitely a place to come. We've got every kind of fish that you can think of, both frozen and fresh. I'll tell you, I've been to a few markets over the years, and that definitely was a market and a half. Well, you know, Palma, especially the old town, is a beautiful place to have a wander, have a drink and just relax and take in the atmosphere. But you've got to take your time and enjoy it for what it is. Just going to go along the actual front itself, looking at the boats and see what you can see. So from the Palma sign, I've walked up a little bit. Just have a look at some of these yachts and boats and different things. You can see they've got a lovely cycle route in Palma. It takes you all the way down to Portugal and a little bit further from there. The boats and yachts, etc., do bring in a great deal of money into into Palma as well as the island itself. But down here you'll find some incredible boats. You just see the cathedral in this, it's over there. On the other side of the road there, you have all the cafes, restaurants, bars, hotels, and everything else you can think of going towards the city centre. But if you're not into your boats, it's just nice to come for a walk down here, especially in the evening, the sunset. It's beautiful down here. We've got some lovely beaches down the end, haven't we? I came down here today by bus, which cost me €9 from Acudia down to Palma itself. The bus service is really good. It's under TIB. So it's well worth looking at. It's really not worth bringing a car for the parking charges and the diesel you use, and then you've got to worry about getting back to your car on time. You might as well just take the bus. Well, I think when you're going on holiday for the first time somewhere new, to go on excursion, it's really nice to sort of see a different place, or just get familiar to your surroundings, should I say. So this is the office you book your excursions, if you haven't already booked one from your hotel rep. The temperature's been 21 degrees today. It's the beginning of March 2021. At about 2:30 in the afternoon. Oh, but perhaps you're confident enough to rent a boat, skip a boat, do your own thing on the water. So I've crossed the road now from the beach side, come round. I think everybody's heard of the Hard Rock Cafe, haven't they? Well, this is Mallorca's Hard Rock Cafe just here. So let's imagine that it's really packed of an evening, isn't it, normally? This is quite a nice little route, isn't it, to walk by. Look at all those oranges in the tree. They really look nice, don't they, for the taking, eh? It's a shame actually, some of the oranges are bad. So they'll probably have to be thrown away. But I mean, they're all free for the taking, you know, they are for the people, as it were. They're not owned by anyone. Just like this one. Look at the colour of this tree. It's beautiful, isn't it? It really is colourful. So again, I'm just approaching opposite the cathedral, as you can see in front of you. And if you're wondering about parking the car, well, when we drive here, I always aim for the car park that's under our feet. It's a huge car park, and the entrance is along this main road as it goes under the ground. But I really do recommend the bus, to be honest with you, because the parking does get a bit expensive. There's lots of car parks around if that one's full. Now if you follow on this direction up here, at the end you'll find two little sandy beaches which are quite nice. There's a little cafe up there as well, but it's sort of like a quarter of an hour, 20-minute walk, and I'm going to go back in a minute to catch my bus back up to Acudia. So it's been a lovely day again. I've really enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Well, I hope you have liked today's film. This has been a three-part film again. The first part, we've done the old town, the new part, and what we've done today. If you did like it, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget the comments. They're really important to help me grow the channel. And don't forget my Facebook page, Loving Life Mallorca, and I'll see you all in the next film. You take care of each other. Bye for now.